Hi everybody, Alexander here from Monad Pool again with a few updates on this tool for helping you to find a stake pool maybe near you or that helps spread your ADA around the network and make the network more secure. So few updates. First off, the site is now just going to be hosted at my pool's URL/cardano.html rather than before we had that every epoch specific URL. I figured out a way to kind of always have the most recent version at this address and also include some interesting historical data, which is what this update is mostly about. So if we look in here quickly at this table, this is what was being dumped every time for every epoch, all these records, which is around 2,700 relays every epoch. And if we were to, how do you say, smash all these together every epoch, the size of the website would grow like almost 2 megabytes every epoch, and that's not really a nice thing, right? So what I've done is I've decided just to host all that information in this layer with the dots. So if you mouse over, also we shouldn't make a note, the tooltip is slightly changed. So we just have the ticker, the website, number of relays, pledge, total ADA staked in that pool, the min fee, the percentage fee. I've also kind of thrown in their infrastructure provider. So you can see, I think some of these guys are, let's find an AWS quickly. Hetzner is a big one, like we were saying last time. Unit, DigitalOcean, so you can see that, and you can also see the other pools that might be on top of here. So if you want to, if you can't find all of them, you can take these tickers over into ADA pools or PoolTool.io and find them that way. That's a tooltip and tables. The main feature, though, like I said, is thanks to this epoch rollup table, which we'll just take a quick look in here. Basically, we kind of group by this H3 identification cell, which is open source Uber way of kind of geocoding these hexes onto the world. So for every cell at this resolution on the Earth, we take the total ADA staked in it, the total number of relays, and we throw an epoch and timestamp for that epoch on there, and that allows us to do cool things that we weren't able to do before, like you see the slider down here. You can see there's 3 little vertical lines, one at Monday the 21st of December last year, Thursday the 31st of last year, and more recently Tuesday the 5th. And basically, if you take this sliding window, you can include or exclude data from that moment in time. So you can kind of see how this plays out. Right now, it's not the most smooth kind of animation because, one, I missed, how do you say, epoch 238. I wasn't thinking, and I have a way of fixing that now that this whole dump basically takes 10 seconds to grab, and I'll probably set up a trigger to automatically grab it in the future. So that's won't happen again. But I wanted to include epoch 237 just because it gives us another data point there. So you can see here when we pull it off, some little dots disappear and reappear in later epochs. And I think the more interesting visualization for this actually is not in the relay density, but in the staking density. So if we turn off, so we turned off relay density by clicking the eye over here, and we switch over to stake density, clicking that eye, and let's just look in this way and give it some height based on cell sake. Rank that, you can kind of see if we drag this slider over here, what we were talking about last time, where you can see there's a big jump in the amount of ADA being staked from Singapore between epoch 237 over here and epoch 239. We'll just slide this over. Watch 237, 239 to see how much that pops up. So I think that stuff like that, you know, right now, not so much changing because, again, we just have a few snapshots, but hopefully over time we can kind of see how Eta is spreading out across the globe. You also see this little guy over here, this little Easter egg. Basically, any relay which I'm not able to resolve latitude longitude for, I've decided to send over to Santa at the North Pole. And so if you were to manually add these all up, you might say, hey, what's going on? That's not all the Eta, but any Eta, like I said, or relays that I cannot find a latitude longitude for, get assigned 90-135, which is the North Pole. So let's turn this off. Let's go back here. I'll talk a little bit about this. You can kind of see the hex cells look a little bit different than before. Before they were all uniform, and now they're actually, some of them look a bit wonky. Why is that? That actually has to do with a thing called Mercator projection, which is this kind of really bad mapping style that you see on this guy right here, which, you know, makes Greenland look giant and Russia look giant and makes Africa look very tiny when actually it's not. So you can kind of see each one of these hexes is actually the same size, represents the same amount of physical area on the Earth's surface, but in this map projection, the further away from the equator you are, the larger and more distorted they get. So I kind of like that. And I think that's about it for this update. So thank you, and hope Eta treats you well. Cheers. Bye-bye.